All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. We are in the studio. In the coming We entered the studio a few minutes ago, but we're just kind of testing the equipment out and letting people know that we are live and direct. Okay. We are making our appearance here on the Q Media Nation show here on it has a little bit of a delay, so I'm going to not go on the YouTube. Oh my goodness. I'm waiting for Miss Tonier to get here, so let's get a little bit of music popping in this place. Ooh, yeah. Like that whole club situation. It is right about now. It is 8 o'clock p.m. on the Eastern Coast of the U.S. of A. And we are here in the Community Nation home studio. We're in studio 125E, studio 2. For all of you who'd like to know what we're planning on doing and what we make happen. I don't see Miss Tonier, and I'm trying to get her on with us and see if she's coming in, see if she's gonna come in. Let's make Miss Tonier. Is she here? Let's see. No, we always. Are you on? Mm-mm. Not on at all. Nope. Don't see you at all. We are live here on the Kimmy Nation show, and waiting for Miss Tonier to get in the studio here as we are listening to some soulful sounds. I want to let you all know, wow, it is raining. It is October 26th, 2021. Oh my goodness. Can you imagine? We are we are rounding up the year, and um, making some things happen. In the meantime, I'm looking here on the studio board here. I feel like I'm back in college, doing college radio. So for all of you who've been following for a few years, you know that we did the whole um, college radio scene, but also had an opportunity to go up there last weekend and see that old studio WCUW in Worcester, Massachusetts, and it was it was it was crazy. It was crazy going back there and seeing some of my old stomping ground. It was crazy. I don't know what what I could say to that. It's like wow, you know, a lot of a lot of memories. That's all I can say. I mean, sitting in there in the studio for let's see, it was 6 hours. It would be um, yeah, 6 hours. 6 hours on a Saturday night into Sunday morning, and then it was a gospel show that was after us, and we played club. We played all the latest mixes from different artists, and we just keep it moving. We just make sure we make things happen, especially for this show. And we've been producing a show like this for the last what? Mm, woo, let's say 30 years. 30 years we've been making sure that we make these things happen. So I am more than ecstatic. Ecstatic? I can get the word out tonight. Um, just really prayerful and hopeful and just excited to be able to offer something for the independent artists to thoroughly get involved with because I mean so many people have not been able to get their music out there and I mean it's a much different um, scene than before. Used to be a lot of gatekeepers before you could get to your before you could get to your audience. And now it's the way that the music industry is. Um, you're not able to be beholden to to what to what they want you to do. You know, you have a lot more. Um, you have way more leeway. You have way more of an opportunity. So Miss Tonye, you're here.
Yes.
Yeah, she's here with us. All right. All right, with all the hair tonight.
How you doing?
uh, I'm okay. I can hear the echo in your system.
King.
It might, yeah, it's a little bit of an echo. Yeah, can you still?
How about now?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's cool. Um, yeah, you see yourself in there.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, Miss Tony, we got the music going, got the whole system up. We're moving forward, doing our thing, and we are live right now on YouTube. So I am looking at the YouTube page, and I'm trying to see if okay, there you go. You finally popped up on the YouTube page. Yes.
Hey.
So how are you this evening? All the way down in sunny Florida.
I'm fabulous. Thank you. It's been wonderful. Beautiful day today.
You can turn your mic down just a little bit because it's kind of your mic is kind of Loud. You got it.
Okay, how's that?
A little more. A little more. Lower.
Oops, sorry.
That's all right. That's cool. We're just getting things set and straight. So when we actually do start inviting people on and being a part of everything, we just have it set. I think this music might be a little too loud. Is the music too loud?
Not for me.
Oh, okay, all right. I didn't know if it was kind of loud, but I was just kind of telling people what we're doing and how we're doing. We're always telling people what we're doing. We started out with what, Blog Talk Radio,
Yes,
and you're
many
saying
years
yes
ago.
like you're a guest. We're saying yes like you're a guest,
Yes,
but
many years
yes,
ago.
no, yeah. What was it? 2009. That's crazy, right?
Yeah.
2009. We were. You came on as just supporting your sister, supporting your friend, and we went on from there. And now we are on Boardwalk Global. We're here on this platform, StreamYard. Of course, we open up the YouTube page. So we have quite a few avenues now that we are able to offer what we offer. So I didn't go and do the lashes, all my stuff today because it is so disgusting up here right now. The weather is so horrible. As a
I
friend of
was
mine,
I
it was
was surprised that you
horrible.
said we were on a go, because you guys state of emergency, everything, So
Yeah.
I'm glad to see
Well,
you.
I'm doing it from home, so I didn't have to I didn't have to how can I say, I didn't have to get out of in that nasty weather and try to make it to New York. But being on Boardwalk Global, how do you feel about that? How do you feel about us moving
I
forward
think
and
this
doing our
is
thing?
an exciting step for us. You especially, all the hard work that's been done all these years, and be able to get in a bigger network of people that we get exposure, more exposure, and everything is wonderful. It's wonderful. It's
Mhm.
very exciting.
It's definitely different. It's different than when we were just doing Blog
Yeah,
Talk. We didn't have so much prep, and
we
it
didn't have
seemed
to
like
do
it was
all of this.
harder before. Yeah, we didn't have to do all the prep in it, because usually the Tuesday show day, I'm sitting in somebody's chair doing a whole face, and you know, I mean, even though it's a natural cut, all right,
Yeah, you got it
it
going
still
on.
requires maintenance. It still requires maintenance. How you doing? So, but all in all, I'm looking at I have a show board here that I look at when we're actually on. And one of the things that I really wanted to do is have you on the show to talk about you and basically where would you like to see the show go? What would be your
Well, I
ideal?
know to from the beginning, our goal was to get new artists out and get them exposed, and that is the main th- function behind Q Media. So if we can get more of those artists to get on board and get them to a status that we can, see them on TV and then hear them on the radio, that's a good day, okay?
Hmm.
So that's
It
one of our
sure
main
is.
goals. We did throw a little sports in there. We threw a little politics in there, but we do our thing, and hopefully people enjoy it and they can reach out to us and join, get
Yeah.
on board and get your name out there.
That's true. That's true. And we started off with that. We started off just trying to get it out there. And you've been with me, what, this year is 50 years that we've been friends. So 50 years. I mean, 50 years. Okay. So it's, and I can't stress this enough how much I am grateful that you were willing to even get on this journey and to participate in something that you just came to just see what was going on. Just I'm just here to support, and like it turned into,
I love my
hey,
sister.
So with that, I want to introduce the audience to our new Southern music rep, Ms. Tony.
Thank you, thank you.
I gotta get the clapboard and all that other stuff like that so that we can really make it happen. But
It's
I
coming.
am
It's coming.
thoroughly I'm thoroughly excited that you accepted a role like that because there's so many artists who need an outlet. And if we are just one show that is able to bring them the resources and the right type of environment to grow, I know they'd love to, just get on their own. And it takes a lot of work. It's a lot of people behind the scenes that make an artist really happen. And we're just one entity in their marketing that can be utilized that also has a wide array of services in addition to resources. So I really appreciate you coming on board to do that and making
Let
that
me say
happen.
one thing
Hmm.
for the
Hmm.
audience. Don't let that little cut fool you because this lady right here knows a lot and's been in the industry for a long time, okay? She will make it happen. So you need to call and contact us. If you want to be out there, this is the place to get on board.
That's
I
right.
love you so much.
And
You're very knowledgeable in the industry. Got a
we
lot of
are
contacts too.
knowledgeable because Miss Tonier, seriously, you really make what it would be boring for me to come on here and just be talking to myself all the time and no one else to talk to. And it was like that for a series of weeks where I was just on, and it used to be like that. I used to be able to play all the music and do all the stuff, but mother's getting old, so you have someone else who can take the mantle and run with it because you have honestly, truthfully, have a lot of knowledge in terms of making sure that it looks good. Things have to be cosmetically right. Things have to be, positioned just so. And one of our guests is on tonight. We have a little bit different take on things. I don't know. I don't really want to say too much. I don't want to spoil it for everybody, but my homeboy is here, and he is one of the reasons why we're doing what we do. I'm going to just interview him. I want people to see him. They don't need to see us so much as it is to see him because I'm telling you, is that dude. For real. He's that. I wanted you all to see that background. You see that background? You see that background? You see that background?
I love
This is dude. This the dude that did it all. Yes, he is. He is. I had so many Mr. This, Mr. That, Mr. Other thing. I should just pull out my roll and just say all the different names that he has. But welcoming to the Q Media Nation studio. This is not his first time being on, but it definitely is not his last time being with us. But for sure, this brother, I could say, is a true brother. When I say one of those, we could like not talk to each other for 6 months, and I'll say, "Hey," and he'll be like, "What's up?" He's one of those. He's like Miss Tonier. Like, what's up, sis? Oh, that's all you need. And I don't care what it is. I can say I need a pink elephant with polka dot shorts and greasy knees, and he'll say what time you need it. So
a
he's
true brother.
he's one of those that knows how in the middle of the night at 3 o'clock in the morning. And this is how we got in touch last week. I just got to tell you guys this one. I called him in the morning. I texted him first thing in the morning. I said because in my dream you were yelling at me, and I woke up like, oh snap! I gotta text him. But what I was texting him about was we needed a show banner. We needed the step and repeat, and the prices have gone up. astronomically for
Yep.
everything. And I was able to, within a day, it wasn't even a whole day, sent him the logo. And he, like that, sent it to me by that afternoon. I had it out to everyone by the evening, and was able to order ring light, or able to order all the other things, because that he's that man. He is that man. That's all I'm saying. How we originally met.
Crazy.
I'm gonna bring him in a second. How we originally met. I was telling Miss Tonier this last night when we were testing the equipment. I said,
Mm.
boy, he pulled me out of a jam, because I hadn't been used to producers. I was always used to walking in the studio, and the people who needed to be there were there. The last person I had
Mhm.
utilized didn't know the equipment at all. He had me in this hot closet with his clothes in there, and didn't know how to work the equipment. I came, I'm sweating, and I'm trying to do my lines, and I'm trying to make sure stuff happens. And when you start sweating and it's hot, you're in this funky closet in the Bronx, my voice started getting scratchy. So what we were originally supposed to do, which was a song, ended up being a rap, because I could not get it right. And so this producer was terrible. He was like engineer, producer, who bought equipment but couldn't work it. So I ended up paying for that mistake, brought it to another homeboy. He needs to be here tonight. The car. I brought it to him. He
Yep.
said, "Oh, I got somebody that can handle that." And I was like, "Okay." I mean, it wouldn't hurt, since the guy that I utilized was terrible. Did I say he was terrible, or did I say he was goddamn terrible? So
No, you
he
didn't mention
brings
that.
he brings me to this man that you all are witnessing tonight. And like that, he rewrote a lot of the chorus. It was a couple of the parts in there, and he actually
Yeah.
performed with me on it. I don't have it queued up for us to hear it, but I will get it loaded. And when we get onto the other on board with Global Media, I'll have everything ready for everybody to hear. But this man
Holy cow.
has saved me so many times. He holds it down. So I appreciate you. I love you, brother. And
I love you, sis.
for all of those that are looking for printing and all those kind of things, I'll give you the FBI card. Hit up D.
I
Lori
mean,
Apparel.
I'm gonna take you on tour with me because that intro is crazy.
It's like, because you know what, you're such an unspoken hero to me in a lot of
Thank you,
ways,
sis.
because even when we had the studio, and we would,
Mhm.
I mean, I'm getting ready to cry when I say this. I must cry every damn show. I mean, I need lashes just to let them run off my face. But all the years, and I put a picture up on Instagram. Those who are on Instagram saw it. I said, "This is my original crew, my original TCF family." And
Mhm.
straight up, there was never a time that we were in that studio where it became sexual, where you felt inhibited, where you felt like you
Mhm.
weren't there before your talent. And I can appreciate that, because I have brothers who were into the music and into their families. There was no funky stuff. We went in that studio, we did what we had to do. This man right here stayed focused the entire time we were doing music. And I sincerely appreciate that. And he has grown tremendously to offer the world his brand, and you see it at the bottom of the screen, Delory Apparel. So, my brother, I love you so much, Derek,
I love you,
D,
sis.
ADM, Mr. Admonish. We got all these Mr. Marketing, the King of Marketing, Mr. Everything. So I appreciate. Even when I went to Japan, they were sending me music. I was like, okay. So, God bless. God bless.
Thank you, sis. I love you, man, and thank you for having me on. I greatly, greatly appreciate it.
I wanted to get into a little something here. Now,
Okay.
Yeah, right. We getting ready to go here with it. No. We were talking the other day, and I brought up something that clearly is did he get knocked off? Oh man, he got knocked off. I hope he comes back in. But we were discussing something the other day in regards to having to go different places and having to go different places and make friends. And one of the things that he brought up was just basically knowing how to go somewhere, meet people, and become friends, and then being able to go from place to place and be successful. Now, having that as part of your history, part of your makeup, how easy was it for you to brand yourself, to get out there, to do what you do? And we're not just talking about the clothing
Um,
line. I'm taking it all the way back first because you were doing other things before music, and
yeah.
the music the music was secondary, but you already had things moving on.
Um, I mean, one thing I could say is that I've never been a follower. I've never been one of those people who just follow trends. I was just talking to somebody today, and I was telling them that um, you can either go with the flow, which I never knew how to go with the flow, or you can create the flow.
Mm,
Now, I always created my flow. Now, I didn't create my flow to be down, to be separated. I just always maneuvered the way I maneuvered. It was always different. Like I tell people all the
mm,
time, um, I'm weird. You know, some call me a geek, a nerd. You know, I'm from the South Bronx, so those are things that are compliments to me because usually from the South Bronx, you don't hear those adjectives. But in doing that, it always separated me from the crowd. So I guess me being me was always attractive as far as somebody wanted to come talk to me, figure out who I am and what I'm doing. So you know, I've always hustled. That's all I know how to do. And when I say hustle, I know there's two contexts to the word. One is to take away, and the other one is to actually put work in. And that's something that I've always done since I was 10 years old. Like my dad told me when I was 10 years old, I walked up to him and I said, I want to pay a city wings. He said, cool. As long as you get half the money, I'll give you the other half. And the
mm.
average 10-year-old would be like, where am I going to get money from? I turned
Right,
around and I
right.
grabbed 10. I turned around and went to my local shop. I asked the dude if I could bag. He said, yeah. I said, how many people can I bring to bag? He was like, I don't understand what you're saying. I said, because as long as I bring more than 10 people here, I can get 10% off each person. I'll always make more than 100%. The manager
Mm,
looked at me like
mm,
he said, you should be working my job. But so I made sure at the end of the week, I walked up to my pop. I said, yo, pop, I'm good. I bought the sneakers myself.
all
And,
right.
you know, it's always been a matter of just being me. Like I really can't describe the tactics to how I go about being me. I just, you know, I always put people before me. I always put people before money, God and family all the time. And people
Mm-hmm.
always tell me, yo, you put God, everything you say is God and family, but where's the money? Money's a tool. Money's like a hammer. I could build a house with a hammer. I can get a hammer anyway, you know. So that's just how I roll. Like it's like if I want something, I'll go get it, but I make sure I go get it in the means where whoever sees me doing it can be influenced by, and you know the integrity is not taken away. So before I got into music, you know, I was into I was just into other things.
Calligraphy.
But
Look, calligraphy for buildings.
okay,
Oh,
okay,
okay.
Calligraphy
I never quite heard it.
for
I
New
never
York
quite heard it like
City
that, but we could
buildings.
say that.
That's what we used to call it. It's not graffiti. It's called calligraphy, the finest art in the hood. No.
Yes. Yes, yes. So, you know, with that, it was always, you know, and the beautiful thing about growing up in that era, um, early '80s. I don't want to date myself, but I just did. But growing up in that era was we were the first to do that, meaning we had the graffiti writers in the late '70s coming in. So by the time I came in, it was kind of like second generation. But
Hmm.
in the early '80s, it was what's this music? Why you wearing your clothes like that? Why you
Hmm.
writing on walls? Why you doing that to the records on the turntable? So
Hmm.
we were kind of the people who were doing that were kind of like me, like I don't fit over there. I don't look like everybody else. I That's what we did. So I guess the marketing comes from us just figuring out how do we be us and stand out at the same time without it looking forced. And I mean, in graffiti those days too, I couldn't write my name the way you wrote your name. It wasn't allowed. That was biting. You always had to stand
Well,
out.
mine had I had that whole. I used to come with it. We used to. It's called What was that terminology again? Tagging. I think that's what they called it. Tagging. No, but it
Tag.
was I'm Tony Tone on the microphone. We did like we did our first rap. That we were what, 15, 16? Tony at
Yeah,
up in Alpine. We did that, and I wrote
yeah.
Classic.
She
all
froze
the.
up.
I can't write a damn thing now, but I wrote all the stuff and went on from there. Oh, I'm frozen. I
Hmm.
apologize. I'm a freezing.
No, you good.
Oh, that's because I'm doing a lot of moving around.
I think you
But
froze up because you're
okay.
saying that you were
But
writing.
oh, he caught me. Wow. Wow, out the park. See, this is what we used to do on those
All
nights
day.
we be at the studio. Like, let me tell you something. There's one dude in this whole situation, Sue.
Clown.
If we brought him on here right now, which we will, we're gonna have him on. A certified fool. I mean, you could not stop laughing. The minute he gets on, you're done. And then he could go to the
Yep.
studio, do what he has to do, and then come out and be like,
And
"You
it's not an
next."
act.
And we're
It's
like,
he,
"Okay,
yeah, it's not
yeah,
an act.
who's
He's
going after?"
he's just natural. Yeah, exactly. Like because now he held the whole audience, so the whole studio was sitting there crying because he's a clown, and then at the same time the studio's like he just murdered the microphone, so who's going next? I, I don't want to get up there.
Right.
So definitely super talented individual. That's my brother right there.
So I won't tell my age, but the tagging thing, that was my era as
Hmm.
well. And my
Hmm.
child was doing it on his, school books. And he was like, "Oh," I was like, "Don't do your name like that." He trying to do his little, thing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
then I showed him what I could do, and he was like, "What?" He got that old school.
Exactly.
They be amazed, because we used to do that a long time ago.
Hmm. Hmm.
And this is
Yeah,
is a full circle. It comes in a full circle.
it absolutely is. I was
And
just
I'm back.
and she's back. I was watching I don't know if you guys are familiar with Futura. So Futura used to be a graffiti writer from back then too, one of the originals. And you speaking about it coming back full circle, it's amazing how Futura now is doing things with Nike and BMW and all he's really doing is what he's always done, and corporate America's catching on now, might be like sometime later, but at least he's getting his flowers while he's here.
Yeah, that's
Hmm.
true.
Hmm.
Hmm.
I'm glad to hear that. We're coming up on the half hour that we've been on the show. I just want to actually show some of what we actually do, because we want to make the show um, a little more broad for the hip hop community specifically because we are hip hop. We
Absolutely.
cultures, race, religion, all that has been surpassed. I mean, they had jazz and it was what it was, and the gospel, and it always starts off with a nucleus and then branches out to so many different so many different genres and places and people and things like that. But I want people to I wish I had your commercial to put on here. I meant to ask you to send that over to me so that I would have it.
Mm.
But I want folks to just see this one little interview, and this is what we want to do for a lot of the artists. We want to go to where you are and
Okay.
drop a couple of drops. Do your thing. So real quick, we're gonna listen to a little bit of this, and we'll be back in a couple of moments.
All right, I first met this artist way back when. All right, I first met this artist way back when, not too long ago, but the same difference. The documentary, you know all about it. You've also seen this face on Love and Hip Hop, the extended version. So I'm here in Brooklyn.
Hip hop.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes,
out
out
in
in
hip
hip
hop.
hop.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I'm right here in Brooklyn. I came out to support this artist. You need to support independent artists.
Yes, sir.
Independent
Yes, sir.
artists
Yes, sir.
are the fuel. They are the fire, and this is gonna bring you extra fire. So let the people know who you are.
Oh, what's up, everybody, man? Shout out to you, Q. I appreciate you. So, listen, my name is Young Tef, best out Brooklyn all day, man. I'm an artist, actor, entrepreneur, just all around entertainer, you know what I mean? But right now, we live set up my video shoot. It's called Watch Me. It's gonna be dropping on iTunes, Spotify, Google Play, all major platforms soon. Don't have an exact date for you, but we're shooting a video, so you know what's coming soon, you heard? So, stay tuned, stay live. It's Young Tef. Follow me on Instagram at Young Tef. That's YOUNGTEF. Holla, undeniable.
Peace.
Nice.
Yeah, so basically what we want to do is just make sure that a lot of the artists, we can go to where you are. We have our Southern rep here. I know she likes to go out and be a part of the community. And this brother right here has a clothing brand. So we want a lot of the artists. Did I say a lot of the artists? We want you all to connect with him because his brand, when I say by far, is a nice brand. I have my hat, I've got my winter stuff, I got my shirt, and a lot of you have seen me wear this blue and black shirt called D. Lori, and it's in the calligraphy of the hood. It's written in that in that magical writing we were just talking about, and I want you to talk to us about going from music to your own thriving clothing brand.
So it's funny because the only reason why I can answer this question is because my wife made me realize it one day. Um, I never wanted to be a fashion designer. I mean, I don't even consider myself now a fashion designer. I just consider myself a designer or really a creator. So music to Delory Apparel, it's all about self-expression. And in the journey, doing everything possible for me to find myself. So in music, I found ways to tell stories. And those stories were actually true stories of my life. And if someone could listen to my discography, they would see the growth of a young man struggling with the lifestyle of the hood to a point where some of my latest music was me basically telling the hood goodbye, realizing that I wasn't meant to be in one place all my life. Um, as far as intellectually, spiritually, emotionally, and physically. So what that means is like I begin to understand that there's levels in life, not to pull the cliche that everybody's using now that there's levels to this, but the levels of life, meaning I went from a consumer to a product provider with my music, which taught me how to handle business, taught me how to speak to different people in different environments, allowed me to continue to learn um, my language, not only what I learned in the hood, the Ebonics we call it, but also speak how to master the English language, so I can be in positions right now when I speak to high level executives, I can speak to them on their level and mine, and intertwine the two. So the way music brought me here is it allowed me to realize when I was doing music, I did music for me. I didn't do music for an audience. because if I was doing music for an audience, I wouldn't be true to myself. And that process taught me that when I'm wearing something, that's how I always wore my clothes. I never wore it apologetically. I wore it because this is who I am. Meaning, I put colors together, I put styles together, not because it was a trend, because it was deep. And one day I basically wanted to explain to people how I go about doing what I do every day. So I created the I Hustle shirt while running a photo booth. Photo booth business allowed me the confidence to just resign from working for somebody else and work for myself and put myself in a position to believe in
Mhm.
me and all my ideas. So when I created the I Hustle t-shirt, it was a design that my brother, as we were talking about soup, and I put together. And it was a lowercase I, capital HUSTLE, exclamation point. In the Hispanic language, there's two types of exclamation points. There's an exclamation point at the end, and then there's a double exclamation point. That double exclamation point is the regular exclamation point on one side at the end. In the beginning, it looks like a lowercase I. So the shirt basically was
Mhm.
telling
Mhm.
you, I hustle. Some, only saw hustle, which is cool, but I also had to
Yep.
explain to everybody this isn't about taking from anybody, like I said before. This is about, I don't care if it's a police officer, I don't care if it's a single mom, I don't care if it's a college student. As long as you are willing to put the work in to accomplish the goals that you set for yourself, you got to hustle for that. So I wanted to put a positive spin on the word. Growing up from where I grew up, we always used the negative version of hustle. So I wanted to put that positive spin. And what that did, that allowed me to introduce to people how much I wanted to affect our environment positively with our clothing brand. So, for instance, the word Delory, of course, is my nickname and my wife's nickname. But every time you see it, you'll always have a capital D and a capital L. And the reason why they're capital, even though they're one word, is two people coming together to one create something bigger than themselves. And even though if you visualize and you see Delory, it looks like it's a selfish statement. The true meaning behind the name of the company is actually complete unselfishness. So like, we give to homeless shelters, we give some of the proceeds to LGBTQ community, mental health organizations, reading organizations, and inner city youth
Mhm.
organizations. Because I've always believed that we have a black cloud over us in the community we come from. So we can fight for that, but you can choose the manner in which you fight. So what the manner I chose is to come back to the environments I grew up in and tell these kids, yeah, we can get out here and we can slang, we can bang and do all of that, but that don't do nothing for us, nor does it do anything for our past heritage and our future heritage.
Nope.
Like if we really want to make an impact on life, like you got to speak up, but more importantly, you got to come back with action. You know, all our designs consist of that. So the main focus is, yeah, we want you to stay fly when you rocking Delory, but we want you to be fly not only in what you rocking and understanding why you rocking it. So like everything that we got, it got a '90s vibe to it, early '90s, middle '90s, but it's really a different spin because everything that we source is sustainable. We only deal with companies that make sure that their employees are in the proper environments, and we make sure they got the proper certifications, because yeah, it costs us more money. We can be out here and getting 99-cent t-shirts and selling them for $75, but I'd rather pay more money for a shirt knowing that the person who created it is living a better life, because the person who's going to be
That's right.
wearing it, they need to be in a better life. And those are the
Mhm.
priorities. And we get a lot of flack from people, like from our always telling us business is about money. You should be worrying about money first. Money's a byproduct of what you create. So I never put money first. It's always people over profit.
I know, Miss Tonier, you had
That's
questions that you wanted to ask him, and I wanted you to get an opportunity to jump in and just go ahead, go for it.
Yeah, so I was trying to see, is the music more of your passion, or is the fashion more the
Uh,
fashion designing?
so music, that's a love that I'll never get over. And my primary focus right now is the clothing brand. The reason why is I get the same feeling right now when I create, whether it's an actual garment or it's an actual marketing plan that I used to get when I would sit there making beats and writing rhymes and sitting in the studio. So when I found this, I knew it was my evolution. I understood music was only going to take me so far. And once it took me to my peak, what was I going to do from then on?
That's the way to look
Because
at it.
I can always get into a company where I have enormous confidence in myself. I'm one of these people who believe I could do anything I want to do as long as I want to do it. So I can go and if I wanted to create an app company and hide behind a logo and just sit there and collect checks. But it's not me as a human being. I'd rather do something that touches people, that helps people, you know, go on with their life because you know, ain't no room for just getting checks, man, because that creates a lot of negative energy in my view.
That's
It's definitely the clothing brand.
Thank you. I want to ask you also, what was your inspiration for the styles you choose in your clothing line? Because I saw a couple of them and they was really fly. So I was like, you
Thank
know,
you, thank you. That's a great question. Inspiration. Um, easy answer is life, and what I mean by that is a lot of the designs are real reflections of late 80s, early 90s, what I used to rock. So basically, when we design stuff, we don't design stuff based on trend. For us, it's I'd rather set the trend than be a part of the trend. Like I said before, instead of falling in, I'd rather create the flow. But so what I would do literally is I would go back, which nobody's gonna go into this catalog, but I'll go back and look at some more pictures when I was a kid. And I'll be like, you know what? That hoodie felt this way. That hoodie created these memories. How can I create a hoodie now that did for me that would do for the customers today what did for me then? And so I mean that, and there's companies that I have enormous amount of respect for, I love Ralph Lauren's clothing line. He's another person who when he designs, he doesn't design for an audience, he designs for himself and his wife. And never mind the fact that Ralph Lauren's from the Bronx alumni here. There's also, you got brands like Kith, and I love what Jerry Lorenzo's doing over at Fear of God. I think he's doing amazing things with that. The hundreds. So I have brands where when I look at these brands, I don't look for inspiration in the sense of can I bite what they're doing or can I fall into the trend they're setting. I look at these brands as in I don't want to do what nobody else is doing. They're confirmation to me that they're doing what nobody else is doing also. So
yeah,
yeah, those are my inspirations.
I think that's a good inspiration because they coming out. Your product is coming out
Oh
really
my
fly.
God,
Thanks.
I
that's
appreciate that.
good.
Thank
That's
you so
good.
much. So much.
Well, this was just a preliminary interview because I have you on Boardwalk Global. I just wanted people to get a taste of D. Apparel, and we're gonna try this platform out, and we're just gonna drop the mic on tonight. That was it. That's what we
Yeah, I
wanted
need
to
to get my
do,
stuff in the
and
mail.
Got you.
you
Got you.
should. That's somebody that rocks it. That's somebody that will rock some clothing. Seriously.
Hey, there it is.
D,
We,
I
we definitely will
appreciate
check out
you.
it.
Stepping up to the plate and just coming on the Q Media Nation show. And I want people to also see his clothing line. You can see a lot of his photo shoots on his Instagram, D. Laurie Apparel. You see it right there listed at the bottom of your screen. And if for any reason you cannot get in touch with him, you see the number at the bottom of the screen. Five five
Mhm.
one 207 1327. So we appreciate you being with us, D, and look
Definitely,
forward to you
definitely.
coming on again on the Board Global Media show. We are going to be on November 29th at the top of the clock, 8 o'clock. That is. And we look forward to you being on that platform with us too. And thank you for being our first guest on StreamYard's platform, as you have allowed us an opportunity to kick our season off. So thank you. We could not have you for the man who is making the background and being in the foreground look so good.
Thank you,
So I
thank you.
thank you so much. Please give my love to Lorraine.
Absolutely, absolutely. Thank you guys for having me on, sis. You know I love you, Miss Tony. Thank you for the questions and everything. Love to you too. I appreciate y'all immensely, and I'm definitely there in November. You already know that.
Thank
All
you.
right, all right.
All right, peace and
That
blessings.
was D. Lori Apparel. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace and blessings. Me and Miss Tonier are just doing things here at Q Media and making things happen over and over and over again. So I would love to get some feedback on how tonight's show was. If you are an artist and you'd like to get on with us, we have opportunities for you to do that. And you see the email that we revived, the Indie Artist Movement. Miss Tonya, I gotta tell you,
I love it.
I didn't know about that website. Listen, that email. We have an indie artist page that we had. Oh goodness, back I saw the videos as old as 2013. So we've been doing some work in this place. So I'm trying to queue up a little bit of background music so that we can take the show out. But uh, let me know if you're able to hear it that well.
Not
Are you able to hear it?
a little bit louder. Okay.
Is that good enough? Okay, cool. Well, anyway, we had that page back in 2013 and kind of shut things down and made it all about Q Media. But this time we want to make sure that the indie artist movement at Gmail gets a lot of your videos. So if you're an artist who's looking to get on to the show with an interview and potentially to get some shows out of it and just work with us, we have a broad array of other shows that we deliver your music to, but also we have some spotlights. So one in particular that I want to tell everyone about, and we're going to spread the word about it, is Maria Davis. If you don't know who she is, please look her up. She is on the Boardwalk Global Media Network on Monday nights. Every Monday night, I believe at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and of course, 2 p.m. on the Pacific Coast. So I need you all to go and check her out because she, oh my goodness, a legend, an icon in the independent industry. She is now providing another opportunity for you to get your music heard and for you to perform. She's going to have her next show November 10th, 2021. November 10th, which is also her birthday, so maybe nice if you bring a little gift. But in any case, shout out to Maria Davis. Shout out to Rock Davis
Yeah.
also because Rock, Mr. Shake Till Mama gave ya, Shake Till Mama gave ya, and you also know, and get that fool. We think that Rock is probably going to be on Versus. Um, Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One was all that and then some. But Rock may be on a Versus with Fat Man Scoop doing, the battle of the hype men. So we have a lot of resources for you here, and we want to make sure that we make that resource out for happen for you. If you would like to be on with us, send your photo. We need a still photo of you, and preferably a street shot or a performance shot of you as well. Two that we can utilize that if you come on the show that we can promote you. In addition to two videos, make sure that they clean videos in MP4 format. In addition to that, we would love to make sure that we play your music and be able to service other DJs with your music because we have another show that we have been invited every Monday night. We are on this show. And I'm not able to always get there because we're doing other shows. So we are actually, Q Media, Miss Tony, we actually are a part of another entity that's up in Hartford, Connecticut, and Springfield, Massachusetts. They actually are the conduit for a lot of independent artists to get their radio plays. So if you already have music, but they also do a Zoom call just for DJs and all of that, so you could come on and talk about your music, be able to showcase what you have, and drop your music and your ideology and who you are, your personality, and all of that to make sure that you are on with them. So we want to make sure that we get a lot of folks in because I have not been able to do many submissions because we haven't had a lot of people that will come to us because we weren't really out there promoting like we were. So now that we are on here, we're on Boardwalk Global Media, and we're also on a couple of other platforms. So I have to
A lot of
ask you this
exposure.
on the air. I want to ask you this on the air. Are you remotely interested in doing Blog Talk again?
Of course, I'm
Look,
behind you
listen.
all the way.
Okay. I've been debating on it because I love that platform, Blog Talk Radio. I really love that platform because it's an opportunity where we're not so much visual, but we can send those clips out to people and get their music heard. Also, Hot Rush Radio. If you are an artist who's looking for an opportunity to get your music heard, but also gain your royalties, we also have another platform for you. Hot Rush Radio, which has DJs specifically in the Southwest area. If you want to expand your music and your focus out that way, we have those artists. But we also know that it reaches back here on the East Coast with Ms. BK and of course our brother Don Figure. He is also going to
Yes.
be a West Coast representative. He's brought some of our dance hall, independent dance hall artists, some of those out of the Caribbean, but some of those that are, expatriated to Los Angeles. And oh my goodness, we have some artists that from the Bay Area, from Oakland, California. We have some that are as far as Portland, Oregon. We've been doing a lot of work behind the scenes to bring all of this together and make a part of the Q Media Nation. So, by all means, connect with us on the Q Media Nation platform on Instagram. And of course, the one and only, the Tenderoni. She is Miss Tonya, Ms. Tonya. You can catch her also on Instagram. If you are a Southern hip hop artist, reggae artist, even gospel, yes, we do the gospel because gospel has taken on a
Amen.
whole new flavor. It is like gospel pop, gospel hip hop, all of that. We want to make
Yes.
sure that we spread your brand out. Those who want to do righteous music, we also have a channel for you there too, for different outlets for you to be a part of that. We still keep our connections in Japan. We do, because of the pandemic, we're not able to fly over there, but we do have a club that we are able to perform in still in Japan. So, Total, shout out to the magnificent Mal Adams. He actually is the brother who started CNN in Japan many 40,
And
almost
who
50
else used
years
to sing
ago.
there?
Oh, one of
Ah,
the leading independent gospel artists that's happening right now. Matter of fact, her name is Chantel Norman. And she has a song out now called Jesus Will Fix It. If you have been listening to Sirius XM, you have heard her song. We used to perform together. So she's the one that put me on the mic with her back in 2000, as in what, 2002, excuse me. And Chantel Norman, shout out to her and the Norman family because Chantel is rising up the gospel charts and she's doing a lot of great music. She has performed with so many people and she gave me the opportunity to perform with her while I was there. So
mm.
we're just going to make this thing happen. We have about 3 more minutes to the show. Ms. Tonier, shout out whatever you need to shout out. Tell people, how to get in contact with you and let's make this thing happen.
Yeah, you can contact me at tanya.qmedia@gmail.com. You can reach me at the Community Nation. You can, I'm in the southern part of the country, so anytime that you get to that point that you want to get exposed, you can always go into give us a call at 551-207-1327, and we can definitely try to make something happen. I love
Right.
this exposure will help you definitely.
Yes, indeed. And if you are a business, because we always say we are your source for independent thought, politics, money, music, and life. If you are a business entity, the Q Media Group USA at gmail.com, send us a commercial and we will get it on like we just did a little bit of exposure for Young Tef. That was a video that we wanted to show you what we do for independent artists. But if you are a business and you would like to have exposure on here, we are able to make sure that the packages are affordable for the budding independent businesses that are out there. We know a lot of folks during this pandemic, there are many people that are being fired, and there are other people that are just choosing not to go back into someone else's job. However, that doesn't mean that we can't keep our hustle going and keep our money flowing, and that we are definitely here for the independent business. So if you're looking for a sure industry and a marketing outlet for your business, hit us up
Definitely.
at qmediagroupusa at gmail.com. We have about 1 minute left, so I just want to say, Ms. Tonier, I love you immensely. We'll be back next week, Tuesday night, 8 o'clock, and hopefully I guess the more people I had on, I guess it started freezing a little bit, so we're going to try to work out the kinks and everything. And you can catch this on rebroadcast on YouTube on our Q Media Group channel here on
I love you,
YouTube.
Sister
So
Falana.
with that, love you too. With that being said, we love you all, Media Nation. We are your source for independent
Glad to
thought,
be
politics,
back.
money, music, and life, and we are out. Peace and
Ah.
blessings.